Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Saturday, September the 16th races at Hastings. It is HBPA Claiming Series Day. A lot of exciting chances for the backbone of the industry horses that don't get a chance to run. They get lots of chances to run. They usually make up money,
big purses,
stakes kind of money. A lot of $25,000 and $30,000 purses for these $4,000, $8,000, $16,000, and $25,000 horses. So it's cool. We also have a big carryover in the See This Guy Pick 6, over $20,000 now.
Yeah, coming off a very successful
oh, what a great Derby
BC
weekend.
Derby weekend. One of the best Derbies I've seen in years.
Three of them at the line.
Yeah, I know. Chief Know-It-All got up there. What a little street fighter he is. Congratulations to Robert Teodoro, Rico Walcott, and the connections. And, of course, with Daz and Dawn, Nancy Best, Paul
Yeah, they were great, flawless. I just saw her walk out the gate the other day, and she's gone home for the season. No ballerina, but she doesn't have anything to prove anyway. 7 for 7 this year for Daz.
Perfect year. And a great weekend. And now, last week it was the Superstar weekend. And as you mentioned, now this weekend we get to see
the meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
these are the guys.
The horses that are on the undercard get to take center
all the
stage.
time. They get their, the cheaper horses, not cheaper, but they're just not as gifted as some of the
your mid-level claiming kind of horses.
Your stakes horses, but they still, they're still good horses too, and they try hard.
And they've made up for some very competitive races. We're going to kick it off
some nice spots
with the 16. This is these are all series races. So this one is 16. 4 fillies and mares going a mile 16th, field of 5. I went to the 5 Tinderette. Just won this race over Don't Tell My Husband, Extramarital, 67 buyer. Top connections, Rob Gilker, Amadeo Perez, always tough together. She's got a nice style. There should be some pace in here for her to run at. I got Tinderette on top of Don't Tell My Husband, just ran second to her in that 16 last time. A well-beaten second, but I think that she still belongs in here. And I put Susan's Day reunited with David Lopez. Probably your 2 best races of the year with David Lopez aboard and Hall of Fame trainer David Forster, legs up David Lopez. So I didn't want to leave her out. I put her in third. 5, 3, and 2 for me.
Yeah, I agree. Tinderette's the horse to beat. She's not going to get the same. Neither Don't Tell My Husband and Tinderette aren't going to get the same sort of pace they got last time. There's 5 horses. But still, Tinderette's the best horse in this race on paper, even with no pace. It doesn't really matter. I think Tinderette's going to win.
She's like close in the
past, the speed of the race. She's going to finally get a proper pace. She got killed on the pace last time. There's 2 or 3 of them. They were out there battling. The track was not favoring speed horses. And Susan's Day ran, she when she gets the lead to herself, she's game.
She's a different horse.
And she didn't get the lead. She can beat Tinderette. And I definitely would play 2 horses. And I put the 4 horse Tell Us a Tale in for third. She's been screaming to go long, and she's been, sprinted well last time in a conditional race. I think she's every bit as good as a lot of these horses. You actually run against some of these in the past, but I went 5. I think 5 and 2 are the horses, and I put the 4 in for third. 5, 2, and 4 in the opener. On to race number 2, we got a couple scratches in here, and both number 1, Colterbury, and the 6th, Brass and Gold are out. They're entered back on Sunday. Leaves us with a field of 4 going a mile on the 16th. The 4 horse Awesome Slate looked pretty good for 16 last time, and but this horse has some back class. It's not like he can't win for the 25,000, and he looks to have found a great spot. Put the 3 horse Sanawar, who just got beat by Lord Vancouver. Lord Vancouver would look pretty good in this spot, and I just think that's why I want to put him in for second. And I put the 5 horse Square. I was reading, obviously there's only 4 horses, you can't put them all in. But I put Square Dancer in for third. He hasn't been at his best this year, or he's been at his best, but he keeps getting outrun by other horses, and maybe today's the day for him. Bluegrass Angus, no speed in the race. He might sneak away too. It's a good little 4 horse field that. There's no real standout in here, but I thought Awesome Slate was the best. 4-3-5.
I don't have much to add. I got Awesome Slate on top too. The most accomplished runner in the field. Well, Square Dancer is, but he's a little bit off form, as is Bluegrass Angus. He's running better now than he was earlier on, but he had a big break in his form.
Yeah, Hamill had a choice between the 4 and the 2.
Yeah, no, he landed on Awesome Slate, and he seems to be the now horse that's really going in the right direction. I got Awesome Slate on top of Sanawar. Just the 1 win, a lightly raced 4-year-old, but Barb's barn is heating up. He wants to run long. When he's run long, he's run very good. At second, as you mentioned, the stale stake behind Lord Vancouver, he fits very well in here. Got him in the 2nd spot, and I went to the other one. I put Bluegrass Angus in the 3rd spot for the reason that you mentioned, that he could get away and carry them a long way. 4-3-2 for me in the 2nd. On to the 3rd. This is for 3 and up. $4,000 runners going 6.5 furlongs. Colts and Geldies.
$25,000
purse. It's like winning two.
Yeah.
Field of 6 in here. I went to Merlot. He was scratched a couple weeks ago because Nancy kept him out and waited for this race. He gets leading rider Richard Hamill, who's had a lot of success with him this year. There should be some pace in here. You got Circus Ride. Silent Eagle's going to go. Cedarburg is forwardly placed. It could set up well for him. I got Merlot on top of Cedarburg. Now moves to the John Snow Barn for our good friend Wayne Oliver. He's just always solid. I mean, look at his record, right? Look at what's his record this year. 8 of 12 in the money. Just shows up every time. A really classy 5-year-old son of Rosberg. And I threw Circus Ride in the third spot. Good second last time behind Merlot. Got a 68 buyer. And Cindy Krasner has played the waiting game with this guy as well, waiting for this race. Going to be about a month off, which is fine. Good work coming into this. Circus Ride in the third spot. 4-6-1 for me.
I flipped them. I like Circus Ride a lot. He got cooked on the pace in that race. It was a closer's
22
track.
and 45.
He got killed. Merlot got set up to a T. I just think Circus Ride's the best horse. That horse was game all the way to the wire. It was a shame the horse lost. But that's racing sometimes when you battle all the way on the head end, and then some horse that just sits there, does nothing and waiting to pounce.
Collects the pieces,
just collects you at the wire, and it's horse racing at times, but Circus Ride's the better horse of the two. I put the 6 Cedarburg actually in for second, and the 4 Merlot. I think those are interchangeable, but I really like Circus Ride. I think he's the best horse. There isn't going to be that crazy pace, I don't think, in here. If there is, it's just he's an unlucky horse. 164 for me in the 4,000 HBPA claiming series event. On to the fourth race, another claiming championship stakes. This is for the fillies and mares. $25,000 claimer going 6 1/2 furlongs. I like the 4 Stormstalker. She is coming back in a week. That is a little alarming, but I think she can get a really good trip behind Morning Blurs, Chianti, Omi, and maybe even Jazz Lady. There's 4 solid speed horses in here, and I just think Stormstalker is going to get a really good trip. Because the races haven't been going up high in the higher claiming brackets. She's not been forced to run in stakes, but she has been, and still running quite admirably. And I just hope those defeats haven't taken that spark away from her that she's had prior to that, because Stormstalker is very good. And Silvino Morales will ride. Put the 1-horse Morning Blurs, a 3-year-old, in for second. A little different running against older horses. That's straight 3-year-olds 25 is obviously a lot easier than an open 25 or even an open 16. That's an easier race. But I put her in for second. I put the 3 Omi in for third. She's been sharp for Dino. 4-1-3.
I got the same horses. I went to Morning Blurs. I was worried last time she would be defeated by the pace. I picked the Star to Be, and she got the lead on her own. I don't know if anybody's quick enough to go with her. Omi, maybe. Jazz Lady, I thought last time Jazz Lady didn't go. Omi's fast, but
Chianti's fast, but they rated her. But I think they'll send her this time.
I think she'll probably
go. With the 5 horse.
Because they have Cherokee and me in here. Right? Or those are the 2 Phil Hall horses. So Jazz Lady will go this time. She didn't go last time.
That's it, 6 and 5.
Yeah, she'll go this time. But I did go to Morning Blurs. I mean, tough to pick against her. She's won 3 in a row. She's a filly on her game. She is tackling older mares. But yeah, she's on her game. I went with her on top of Omi. Omi's a cool filly.
She was game last night. I never saw that in her. Like
yeah,
that.
she fought
I've always
the
liked her,
whole way.
But she was like really
put away Cherokee and me, and
good.
Yeah,
she ran
just
really well.
Really impressive race. I put Omi in second. Dino Condolinos have another very strong year, as he does, and I put Stormstalker in the third spot for the reasons you mentioned. It is back in a week, and I'm a little worried, as you mentioned.
That's the week. The week back.
The week back hurts, and the fact that maybe getting defeated a couple times when she's a filly, used to be on a roll, that dip down to 25 could help her. But I agree, maybe the spark is gone. 1, 3, 4 for me. Same numbers, different order as Mike in the fourth. On to the fifth. Fillies and Mares for 4,000, going a mile and a 16th. Field of 8 in here. I went to the 5 SL Express. Good second last time behind Rachel Run. A filly that's proven, going a mile 16th. 4 or 7 lifetime in the money. A track's leading rider Richard Hamill for Top Barn, Greg Tracy. I got her on top of Shayla's Rose. Shayla's Rose for Teddy Hurt. Didn't show up last time, but that was against boys. Every other race of her life, she's just right there. She's money. I absolutely see her hitting the board in here for Teddy Hurt. Got her in the second spot. And I put PG Star, who's won 3 in a row. Those were conditional races. She did win her non-4 numbers of the year last time, but 3 in a row, sorry. Fillies can get good. She seems to be good right now for Jon Snow. 5, 7, and 4 for me.
I have the same 3. I put Shayla's Rose on top. I think getting back in against fillies and mares is a big plus for her. She can route. A lot of her better races or decent races last year were going along. her races this spring have been, or this year have been good sprinting. And you can throw out her last, as you mentioned, was against the boys.
Yeah.
SL Express is definitely going to be your favorite, and I think it's just co-favorites that'll be pretty tough to beat. And I agree with PG Star. If anyone doesn't win between the 5 and 7, it's going to be the 4-horse PG Star. Those are your look like your 3 horses in here. I'm going to go 7, 5, and 4 though in the 5th race, the 4,000 starter.
4 for mares, yeah.
For mares. On to the 6th race, another HBPA Claiming Series stakes. This is the 8,000 for the boys, going a mile on the 16th. I landed on the 4 Step Up for the money. Richard Hamill aboard for Jim Brown, and I thought this horse looked pretty solid last time behind Power Corrupt. Pretty live race. It's a horse with a little bit of speed that I think the horse will be in a good early position. I put the 3 Citron Kid. Really no excuses last time. It's still a good run. The horse can't fault his form. He's been absolutely stellar this year.
Yeah.
6 for 7 in the money. I know only 1 win and 1 second. But still a good, solid horse. David Lopez re-rides for leading trainer Phil Hall. I put the 2 Santa Fe Trail, who might be the speed of the race. I can see this horse maybe sneaking in and maybe even winning the race. The pace scenario will be the whole key for him. Whether Silent Native goes, didn't last time, but has throughout most of his career. Laguna Blaze goes, he has throughout most of his career, but we'll see. But the 2's interesting as well. I went 4-3-2.
I put Santa Fe Trail on top. He is back in a
I can
week.
see
Rare for Dave Forrester, but 2 very good races back to back. He probably should have won that race 2 back, that conditional 8. Then we got beat by McCallum late, and then came back, made no mistake last weekend, just running away from very rare for Hall of Fame trainer Dave Forrester, running back in a week, but it's obviously this race comes up. Yeah, this race comes up, he's going to take a shot. I got Santa Fe Trail on top of Ace Deuce, who finally got to run long here at Hastings last time. He'd been sprinting throughout the year here, running well. Then he finally got to go long, which you look back at his form, that's what he wants to do. 2 for 3 lifetime at the distance, now in the Barb Heads Barn. Amadeo Perez chose him over Santa Fe Trail. Those are the 2 I like in here. I got Ace Deuce in the 2nd spot, and I put Citron Kid. The reasons you mentioned, just a solid guy for Praven Sorensen. I got him in the 3rd spot. I did leave Step Out for the money, keep an eye on him, but I went 2, 7, and 3 in the 6th. On the 7th,
final.
Another HPBA Claiming Series, 16,000 for 3 and up Colts and Geldings, going 6.5 furlongs. I landed on the 3 Corky's Luck, another Richard Hamill horse, good second last time behind. The odds are good. Dead heated with Burnham, actually. Just, a guy that shows up every time. His last 2 races have been very good. Beat Born of the Track and Omega Victory, 2 starts back for 16, going 6.5 very comfortably. Last time was well out of it. I liked the way he laid closer 2 starts back. Last time he got a long ways out of it, made a good run, but Richard Hamill, what do you say about him? Just cruising to another leading rider.
Riding very well. As always, he always rides well.
He always rides well,
a lot of nice horses.
But he's just crushing right now. I got Corky's Luck on top of After the Conflict. I really like After the Conflict in here. 1 for 16, 2 starts ago. Then went up to 25 with Captain Jones, Twist Grips, Colterbury. Only got beat a length and 3/4. That was a considerably tougher race. Paddy Leany's done a great job with him and back in for 16. He should be respected. And I put Burnham, who finally got going again last time. Had a great year here last year. What was the 13 for 15 in the money last year.
Yeah, what a neat horse.
Struggled this year, but I thought really got back on track. He finally put it together, I thought, last time. Only got beat a length and 1/4, and he could be going the right way for trainer Mike Anderson. 3, 4, and 6 for me.
I have the same top 2. I agree. Corky's Luck. The horse goes botched the start last time, was squeezed, eliminated, and it was just, he made a huge run to even be in the picture for the win. He ended up dead heating for 2nd, but the odds are good, had an easy lead, and he just couldn't get him. Corky's Luck, I think, here is miles the best. He's my single of the day. I put the 4 horse After the Conflict in for 2nd, and the 5 Born of the Track in for 3rd. Once again, I'm president of that fan club.
Yes, the Born of the Track.
Born of the Track fan club. I am in charge of getting more supporters of him, and I think he's...
You're doing a good job.
He's a cool horse. He can run on the pace, off the pace, and...
he could show up in a 16. He could show up in a 16 and 2 or something, and who knows?
But he's a neat horse.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 for me, but Corky's Luck's going to be awfully tough in the Saturday finale. That'll do it for analysis of the Saturday program. Next up on screen, quick recap of our selections. Here's my picks. Back in race number 1, I went to the 5 Tinderette. Probably going to be a heavy favorite. 5, 2, and 4. Race number 2, the 4, Awesome Slate over the 3 Santa. We're in the 5. Square Dancer, race number 3, I went to the 1, Circus Ride, 164 for me in the 3rd. Race number 4, I went to the 4, Storm Stalker, going to go 4, 1, and 3. Race number 5, the mare, number 7, Sheila's Rose, maybe to upset the 5, SL Express, 7, 5, and 4. Race number 6, I went to the 4, Step Up for the Money, going to go 4, 3, and 2 in a very contentious race. And in the finale, as I mentioned, I think my best bet of the day, the 3, Corky Select, I'm going to go 3, 4, and 5.
On to my picks. There we go. Back in the first, I agree with Mike. Number 5, Tinderette over the 3 and the 2. In the second, I went to the 4, Awesome Slate over the 3 and the 2. In the third, number 4, Merlot, the club horse I'm picking, over the 6 and the 1. In the fourth, I went to the very quick Morning Blurs over the 3 and the 4. In the fifth, I like the 5, SL Express for the 7, with the 7 and the 4. In the sixth, I went to the 2, Santa Fe Trail over the 7 and 3. In the nightcap, I agree with Mike. Number 3, Corky's Luck looks tough over the 4 and the 6.
Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. Just a quick reminder of the Sea to Sky Pick 6 carryover. It will be over $20,000. It's going to be great to maybe invest in that. Just a 20-cent wager. You get a lot of coverage for when you play a 20-cent wager. Our next live card will be Sunday, September the 17th. Once again, more HBPA claiming stakes on the program. We do have 8 races on the Sunday afternoon card starting at 1:50. Our Saturday card, as always, starts at 1:50 as well. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. If you can't make it out to Hastings, get out here to the Derby Bar and Grill. It's always a lot of fun to watch all the simulcasting, as well as our live card here at Hastings on the big monitors. We'll see you next time here on Handicappers Corner. Good luck throughout the day. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.